In town, they tell the story of the marsh girl, the one who grew up alone in the wild. But they never really knew me. I'd never been in like an environment like it. We were filming in the sort of outskirts of New Orleans and in sort of the bayou, and sort of the environment was so present. You couldn't really ignore it. There was like, you'd be filming and these massive egrets would like fly over you, and there would be alligators and like dragonflies everywhere, and it was so sort of ever present that, you know, it was very easy to sort of escape into the world of Kaya, who lives amongst nature. So yeah, it definitely was helpful.
Yeah, and how did that kind of compare, I guess, with your experience of nature? I imagine it was nowhere near what she had, but were you kind of an outdoorsy person when you were a child? Did you have that part of her?
I did, yeah. I loved to sort of nature walk and things like that, and you know, yeah, I always have been quite an outdoorsy person, but you know, and that's why I just loved being there, really, to sort of experience that environment. And you know, at home we have like, you know, mostly just cloudy grey weather, and that's about it. But there you have thunderstorms that are like so loud that your bed shakes. Like, it was sort of hard to ignore the power of nature and that environment, you know. I didn't know how to do life. You didn't see me here. I was better off learning from the marsh.
Hello, Miss Kaya.
I hear y'all buy mussels.
No, they never did see me here. The marsh taught me how to survive, but it couldn't teach me everything.
You can't live alone in the marsh forever.
Watch me.
All right.
I think my favorite thing about Kaya is her resilience. You know, she has a lot of knockbacks throughout her life, and she really gets up again and keeps going. And I think that's a very human thing. We're very good at sort of overcoming hardship, and I loved that. But I just love how complex she is as a person too. You know, she's very strong and she's very brave and she's very resilient, but she's also incredibly gentle, and that kind of complexity is something I really admired. I read the book sort of as I was auditioning for the part, so I you know, read it really putting myself in Kaya's shoes and imagining sort of how I would have a go at bringing her to life. And yeah, I mean, I think the funnest thing really is sort of collaborating on a film, and so, you know, so much of filmmaking is really a filmmaker's sort of vision, and I loved Livy, and I loved her sort of idea of the world and of Kaya, and I think she's done such an amazing job of honouring the book, and I think lovers of the book will be really sort of yeah, we'll really feel the same feeling they felt when they read it, you know, and she's really captured that tone. But I also think there's so much in it that if you haven't read the book, you know, it's a very engaging murder mystery, and I think people will really like it, I hope. Yeah, so Jojo, who plays younger Kaya, is just such an amazing actor, and you know, the day usually worked out that she would be filming in the morning and I would be in the afternoon, and so I like to sometimes watch her perform, because she had little mannerisms that I tried to sort of take and play with, but what I just loved was her sort of absolute like freedom to just like play, and she was so kind of just obviously she's a weak child as well, so she was just like so full of joy. And I think those aspects of Kaya was something I wanted to kind of find in her, because, you know, she, like I said, she gets a lot of knockbacks, so I wanted to find the moments where she could just experience pure joy, to be really like truthful. So I loved watching Jojo. She's amazing. Well, I was very lucky. Harris and Taylor are just both such lovely boys, and you know, I loved working with them, and they brought such different flavors too, and it was really fun to see sort of Kaya. You know, we're very different with the different people we're with, and so it was really fun to play, you know, her with these two different sort of energies, and how it makes her change, and so yeah, I loved working with them, and yeah, it was just a joy, really.